So this is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
What's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Know that the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. We got a good show tonight. We've been celebrating the Distinguished Authors Guild Award winners of 2023. And so tonight will be well, it's going to be different tonight because I know this one. Oh, boy. She had to win, didn't she? But that's okay. That's my friend. All right. Tonight we got Miss Natalie Murphy. She's going to be on talking about her journey. This is her second trip around the Distinguished Authors Guild, and she keeps writing these books, so we'll probably see her in 2024 as well. But we ain't gonna talk about it. Let's get this started. All right, Natalie, what's going on, girl?
Hey, I'm still floating on a cloud.
Okay, all right. Well, that's a good cloud to float on, all right? You are a 2-time winner.
No, 3-time.
All right, let me count. I'm remedial. This is a 3-time winner of the Distinguished Authors Guild Award. And I know that it's been doing a great run for you.
Yes.
Let's talk about again, and we've talked to you before about why you started writing books. What made you want to start writing books?
It wasn't so much that I wanted to start writing. It was that I was told to start writing. I had this idea. Like I said, I woke up one morning and I love the idea of the story. I'm a through and through romance junkie. And I had this idea of this young girl out of a bad relationship. She meets this young man and she wants nothing to do with him, but she's attracted to him. He's attracted to her, won't let her go. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I like this story. And like I said, clear as day, I heard God say, write the story. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Because I didn't know anything about writing a story. I didn't know anything about publishing a book. I enjoyed reading stories, but I never imagined writing it. And I tell people now that is the best fight that I ever lost. Not that I thought I had a chance to win with God, but it's been a whirlwind journey since then. I sat down in front of the computer finally after I stopped arguing with God about it and giving him all the excuses why I could not write this story. And in about 3 months, I had the story written. And then at that point, it was like, what do I do now? And I showed it to one of my girlfriends, one of my best friends, Evelyn, and she said, Nat, you got to write this story. And I'm like, I don't know anything about, well, she said, I got to publish it. And I was like, I don't know anything about publishing. And I'm a researcher. I love researching. So I was like, okay, well, let's see if there's something to this. So I searched out the different ways of publishing, traditional versus self-publishing, decided on self-publishing. And a few months later, I had a book out and I heard about the Distinguished Authors Guild and I submitted it. That was my first book. Then came you, and it won. And since then, I have not stopped writing.
You was crying when it won and all that stuff. You just crying.
You know what? That was last year. I didn't cry this year. My sister threatened me.
But that's a good thing, though. I mean, to be happy that you did something, you went through this thing, and you made it through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
It really is. It's definitely something that I made my way through because it wasn't something that was planned. This being an award-winning published author was never on my radar.
I wonder why. Because if you wrote the book, you must have wanted it to make some type of an achievement, some type of impact, right?
Well, once I was obedient to write the book, then it's like, okay, well, let's see where it can go from this point. And like I said, that's when I discovered DAG. And in all honesty, and I will always credit Gina for this. In all honesty, Gina kept me going because I probably would have stopped at that point. But Gina was, because I've always said I'm a pip. I sit in the background. I don't need to be up front. And that the first award show was virtual, which was perfect for me because I didn't have to be in front of an audience.
Right.
And I remember saying to Gina, talking to her about marketing, and I'm like, I don't know how to do this stuff. This is all new to me, and I don't know what I'm doing. But she encouraged me and she kept pushing me, and I was like, I finally started getting the hang of it, and I was like, you know what? Other people are doing this. Why can't I do this? So from there, like I said, I haven't stopped.
So what's your thought process though when you're writing a book? And I'm trying to learn, and hopefully by the end of the week, maybe I'll start writing one. I don't know. But your thought process, what pushes you to because it's a lot of words, you got to put it all together. What pushes you to do that?
It is a lot of words, and I don't have one clear-cut thing that pushes me. I get an idea, and I'm what they call a pantser. That's somebody who writes the story by the seat of their pants. There's no outline, no form. They just sit down and start writing. And that's what I do. I let the characters dictate to me who they are and where they're going.
And you said God rushed you to do this, huh?
Say it again.
God rushed you to do this, huh?
No, he didn't rush me.
Yeah, he did.
He just dropped the idea in my spirit, and I was obedient after a while.
After a while. Okay.
After a while.
You were trying to block that blessing, right?
I was. And so many people do that because it's that fear factor. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared I'm not going to do it right. I'm scared people won't like it. I'm scared people are going to reject it. So all of that fear keeps us from moving forward. But I'm grateful to have people in my corner who say, hey, go for it. Give it a try. So that's what I did.
She has such a wonderful network that supports her. And I'm telling you, that's so important to have people that are supporting you, showing up for you. And I mean, she has an awesome network.
I do. I am so blessed that way. Yes.
She all right. She all right.
Yeah.
So where were you this year, Greg?
Huh?
Where were you this year? In Vegas.
Look, I asked the questions here. What are you talking about?
Ooh, I hit on something there.
Yes.
No, I had some things that I had to take care of, but I definitely will be there next year.
Okay. 2024. Everybody gonna show up and show out.
Yes, and I'm so glad it's gonna be in Chicago. I didn't get a chance to tell you that drive from Arizona to Vegas through the mountains.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I only have to do that once.
I only did it once, and I said I would never do it again. When you told me you were driving, I was like, okay, you're not that far. I drove 26 hours to get to Vegas.
Oh no, I never would have done that one. You're definitely better than me on that page.
Yes, and I know it is. It's a monster getting out there.
Yeah. So if it was going to be in Vegas next year, I was truly flying. If I had to flap my arm myself, I was flying.
Through this time. Seriously.
I should have.
Why didn't you fly?
Because I'm only 5 hours away. So it's like,
she's in Arizona. She relocated to Arizona.
Yeah.
From Chicago.
All my family's here, so we're like, well, we'll just jump in my brother has an SUV. We'll jump in the SUV. We can all drive together, save all those airfares. But yeah, that won't happen again.
I want to get someplace. I'm getting there. I mean,
I'm telling you. I'll be like the guy on the wing. I'm gonna get on the wing too.
Right?
it has to be.
Oh, so crazy.
So if you're going through your journey with your books, well, with writing, period. We'll get to the books later. Going through your journey with, do you feel that you had the, and I hear you talking about your support, the proper support at the right time, because you go through something to get to something. We always say here on DopelivenTV, but at the right times, like when you felt like you wanted to give up, did you have proper the really proper backing, saying no, you can do this, go ahead, other than pausing when God told you not to pause?
Yeah, definitely. Starting with my husband. My husband he is my strongest supporter. I don't care what I want to do. He is right there trying to make it happen for me. Sometimes I think he pushes harder than I do. But I mean, when I wanted to change jobs, he was like, go ahead, do it. When I wanted to go into photography, he said, go ahead, do it. When I said I'm writing this book, he said, go ahead and do it. So there's never been a time that I have not had that support system.
Okay, good.
Her husband supports everyone.
That's true too. Yes, he does.
He
Yes.
stepped in and emceed, and I'm telling everybody was like, oh, wow, he has a very nice voice. Every single person that watched the show had that to say.
Yeah, he does have a
he got the radio voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my choir sisters tagged him Reverend Radio.
I like that. I like that.
Let's go to the first year that you won the award.
Okay.
How did that feel to you? I mean, you did all of this. You worked your butt off to write this. You were afraid that people weren't going to accept it, appreciate it, but they did. How did that feel?
There are no words for that. When I sat in front of my computer and watched Gina call my name as the winner, you didn't really see me cry, Greg. That first year, I guess it was because it was almost a release, because it was like, this is done. It's won an award. And I was excited. My daughter was like, Mom. First I screamed, scared my daughter and my son. And my husband, he comes running out the room wanting to know what's going on. And then I just broke down and cried because I didn't know what else to do. I was just overwhelmed.
And it worked, and you won. And what was the first one for?
Then Came You.
Then Came You.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Then Came You.
So Then Came You is about two sisters who weren't looking for love, but love found them. The really cool part about it is the characters in those books, the main female characters, Shannon and Zanaya, are my sister and have my sister and my personality. Okay. So my sister's a year younger than me, and she's always been the bold one, that you never know what's coming out of her mouth one. I've always been a more reserved, more responsible, think it through type of person. And those are the two female characters in the book. Shannon, the older sister, is a photographer, which I am as well. She meets Jabari, who is a mailman, but she's not interested in him. But he meets her when he's delivering her mail, and then they run into each other a couple days later after he's playing a basketball game and she's shooting the basketball game. And they run into each other, and her sister told him, you got to give it a try. You got to get over the other guy, give it a chance. And so she does, and they go through their journey of love. And of course, there's got to be some hiccup. And for Shannon, it was an ex-girlfriend that popped up, and Shannon, being a true photographer, shut it down in a photography type of way. I can't tell you because it'll give away too much of the story. Mm-hmm. And then the other part is Zanaya's love story. She encounters a blast from the past. The boy that she knew they called him Nerd Boy. But now she sees him. He's grown up. He's, as they say, gone from ugly duckling to a beautiful swan. And she lives the fast life. She likes to party and everything. But the thing they have in common is they love to step. So they come together on stepping. But their hiccup is he's only in town for a short period of time. He just came back for a funeral. He lives overseas. So
jump off.
Stop it. Stop it.
From there, it's a happily ever after. You have to read it to get more details.
But you know what's so amazing? You see people write a book, and then that's it. And it could be a great book, that one book. But then to have someone to write a book and it's a great book, and then write another book and it's a great book, and write another book and that's hard to do. That's really hard to do. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, I have a book hanging in the wind right now that I started writing, and I haven't finished it because I'm afraid it's not gonna be as good as the other 5 that I wrote.
So how does that feel?
That's giving me a block.
That fear took over then. The fear's taking over. And
yes.
But what Natalie's saying is, even though fear was there, she was directed to keep doing it.
Yeah. And that's why I say that's the amazing thing about what Natalie does is each time her book is just as good or better than the first one or the last one.
She all right.
He just won't give you your props, Nat.
No. But I'm gonna read that the way it is. He really likes me.
I think he likes me. I think he likes me.
I don't know. Maybe Greg, you giving me ideas on another male character.
Who's that?
In an upcoming book.
Let's talk about it. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to marinate on that.
Boy, I know she's ready to drop that next one. I know she's ready to drop the next one.
Right.
Yeah, well, I just released To Be Loved by Blue last month, and it's doing well. I'm getting so many favorable comments about it.
You know what? That's because everyone knows that those romance books that you write are award winning and they're great. Honestly, you cannot put them down. You cannot. I've read 2 so far. I have a third one. Because every time I purchase the book, someone always end up with my book and I never get it back. I don't know how it slips out of my hands to someone else, and I'll say, that's my book, right? I bought that book. And they'd be like, oh, I'll get it back to you. And I never get it back.
Wow.
So now let me ask you this, and don't take it the wrong way. Do you consider your books nasty?
No, I don't. It's romance. It's love. That includes sex.
Tell them. What's romance without sex?
Exactly. Now there is just straight sex, just raw nasty sex. That's not what my books are.
Okay. So that's the other word I'm not going to say on here. Okay. That ain't romance. That's just
right.
It's right.
Yeah. I got you. But yeah, no, that's not my books.
Let's get to your second book. The second time you won, I should say.
So the second time I won, that was my book, September to Summer, Principal's Heart. And that book is about Lacey Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
What Lacey do?
Lacey is a Converse wearing, plus size, man hating diva.
Hold up.
All of the above.
Wear Converse. She's plus. She thickums.
Yep.
And she don't like
men.
And she hates men.
So she like women though.
No, they just done us so wrong.
Right.
She just have this bad perception of men.
Right. From her father to her husband, other men she's dated, they've all mistreated her. They've abused her. They've abandoned her. And she is done with men. Okay. But then Tio walks into her office.
Tio or Teal?
Tio.
Okay.
And he's the photographer for her school. And it's instant attraction. And she, again, another one that tries to fight it because she does not trust men. She's not trying to give her heart to another man. but T.O. wins her over. But T.O. has a secret that could break her heart. He tries to rectify things, but they got out of hand before he could get a hold to it. And it's a happily ever after. I'll leave it at that.
You know, damn happily ever after. She don't
And
like.
you laughing.
But the thing I like about September to Summer, Principal's Heart, is I base some of the things about it, some elements of it on my life. So the elementary school address is 8505. That was the address of my elementary school. Okay. And then I used to live on Drexel when I went to that elementary school. This elementary school in the book is called Drexel Elementary. So I also used a chant that we used to use that as a cheerleader. I put that in the book as well. So
let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
So these first two awards, the books that you won awards for, you reference a lot of real life people, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do they ever have anything to say about that?
No, because it's not really. The only ones I'll say that are recognizable are my sister and I in Then Came You. The other books, I take such small segments of things that have happened in my life that I've seen or heard or thought about that you would never say it's this is definitely Greg Gray. This is definitely Gina Gadsden.
Well, now you remember the movie The Best Man, and the guy put pieces of everybody's.
No, he put too much. No, he put too much in there. No.
Mm-hmm.
I've got little snippets that you would never tie to anybody, because I don't want anybody to feel like that's them. Because for a lot of reasons, but they're fictional books, fictional characters, and that's where I wanted to stay.
Okay. But has anybody ever said, "Hey, I read your book. Was that me?"
No.
But I think that a lot of people probably can say that. Like, I'm sure it can relate to thousands and thousands of people.
Right. Yeah. There are bits and pieces
not that Natalie knows. Not that Natalie knows.
Right. No, but there are people. I get what she's saying. There are people that can relate to situations in the book, like Lacey. Her husband cheated on her. There are people that can relate to that, but that's not a specific person that I wrote about.
If I'm Lacey's husband that cheated, I'm gonna be like, why the hell she put me in that book?
That's that guilt. That's that guilt.
Right.
That just shows how great of a writer you are. You know, you're able to take little bits and pieces and just put it into your story. And it's not, although you may have in your mind that it's about somebody, they can't tell. You know, it's right. Like Gina said, everybody goes through something, and everybody can take a piece of that and say, well, hey, that was me.
Right.
I know there's a lot of those other type of books, and I can say it was me. Definitely was me.
Those ones you were talking about earlier.
I was talking about earlier. I'm not proud of it, but yeah, that was me. Oh, she wrote about me too. Oh, he wrote about me. Was I out there like that? Long John Silver. You won the second award, and did that like put a fire under you and say, well, hey man, I can do this. I am an award-winning author. Hands down, I've won awards for my writing. So now I'm just gonna keep doing it. All right. Did that light a fire for you?
It did light a fire for me because I genuinely love writing. I get so excited when I get an idea for a story. And knowing now that I've gotten to a point that people are awarding me for my writing, yeah, it definitely lights a fire under me.
That's what's up. Okay, because I know it would for me, because that fire led you to the third award.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Now you got a monopoly going on.
Yeah.
She's gonna scare all the romance writers away. Or if they're competitive, they'll say, let me see if I could beat her book.
Absolutely.
if I'm writing a romance novel and I'm submitting it to the Distinguished Author Guild's award show, I'm gonna look first and I'm gonna be like, is Natalie in it? I ain't putting mine in there. Damn, forget that.
Yeah, wishing she didn't. I hope she didn't write a book this year.
Thank you.
But you know what? To have the book, and your books aren't like 50 pages, 100 pages. They anywhere from 250 to over 350 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And to have a book with that many pages that can keep the audience intense, that's a lot to be able to do. That's a gift to me. Because you can pick up a book and it has all these pages and you get in the middle and you're like, oh, okay, when we're gonna get to the good part. But this book, all of her books, they keep you engaged from beginning to end.
Thank you, because that was one of my fears. Is I don't want people to read it, get halfway through, and go, okay, get through it already. Because I've read books like that, and I don't like to put a book down, but I don't want to waste my time reading something that's not going to be enjoyable for me. So that was definitely one of my fears.
Yeah.
So how do you stay encouraged?
I stay encouraged by the people who tell me that they've enjoyed the books. And when am I coming out with another one? I had a friend message me just yesterday, and she's like, well, since you can't write another book, what she say? You can't write a book every day to keep me engaged. Can you refer me to some books that I can read until your next one comes out? So,
no.
Yeah, so it's things like that that keep me going. Like one of my other friends, she read the book and she said she was still trying to turn the pages after she knew it was over. She wanted more. So those kind of things definitely keep me encouraged.
Hey Natalie, how are you?
Hey Marcella, I'm good.
Hey Marcy.
Good. Hey everybody. Whatever.
And you know what? And I want to leave a legacy for my children. So they'll be able to say that my mom was an award-winning romance novelist long after I'm gone.
Don't that feel good?
It does. It does.
I have to get your books. I like romance novels.
Okay.
I have to get
You have one of my books.
Uh-oh.
I do. I couldn't read it.
You see what I mean?
She told me I couldn't read it though, Natalie, and I've been obedient.
Oh, okay.
I have been obedient.
I want to know which one that one is.
That's the one from this year isn't it? The one that was nominated.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
Okay.
So Natalie, do your stories ever have some of the same content as the previous book?
I try not to. Yeah, no, I try not to because I don't want my books to be the same thing. So, To Be Loved by Blue, when I started writing that, I saw that I was coming across some of the same thing. So I just had to scrap it and just had to start again because I don't want the same story. And it's a challenge coming up with a different story, different personalities every time. It's a real challenge.
I can see that.
You a whole lot of characters. just from my friends calling me with craziness, I'm like, really?
Natalie, I was thinking about this story where, because love comes in all shapes, forms, and sizes. Okay, you with the Converse and heavy set and didn't like men. Okay, but if you're homeless, you're out there and you can't find you don't have a home. You meet somebody else who doesn't have a home. Two homes don't make a house. Two not.
Don't make nothing.
But work that philosophy, Greg.
Nothing from nothing leaves.
I got a title for the book and everything already. Okay, they have no means. Okay, and they find love together. They find love.
Okay.
And I want to call the book Stanky Love, okay? Because they ain't taking baths either. So.
Oh my goodness.
Stanky Love is not the title. That is not. You have to consider your audience. If I, as a romance junkie, if I saw a title Stanky Love,
I wouldn't read it. I wouldn't read it. I wouldn't even pick it up.
No, sir.
Me either. I'd be like,
Where do you get your titles from, though? Where do you come up with your titles?
So I usually write the story, and somewhere in the story, because I try to tie the title into the book.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually write the story, and as I'm writing, I'm looking for something to strike me as a line that could be the title. To Be Loved by Blue, for some reason, that title came to me and would not let me go. So I had to write the story to the title. That's hard. That was, at least for me, that's hard. So yeah, but I usually just write the story, and as I'm writing the story, then I'll see something in it that'll strike a chord. Now, then came you, though. My husband came up with that title.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm an author, and I can't even fathom writing a romance book. Like, I don't even know. I just don't even see how I could do it. Like, I think we all just have a certain genre that we feel comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I just can't see sitting down. Let me just write a romance novel and being successful at it. I just don't see me doing it.
Okay, but like you said, everybody has their genre, and you have to know your lane. Like when I told you, I was talking to you about getting a children's book, and you thought I was saying that I was going to start writing children's book. You came at me like, you stay right there with romance. Don't you change from romance. So you have to know your lane and stay in your lane, because otherwise, it's probably not going to be good if it's not what you think you can do.
Yeah, you got to have that passion. I think
you can't.
If you don't have that passion there, and I just don't have a passion for writing. Now, I love reading romance books, but I don't have a passion for writing one.
Okay.
I have an idea for one, and it's real crazy. And I'm like, okay, because it kept, it keeps different ideas keep coming. So I've started to write down little tidbits, because like you guys say, a lot of the authors we've had say they write journals about different things, and they get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then they didn't realize that it was going to be a book. So now, listening to a lot of the authors and then getting these different ideas, I write this, and then on another page, I'm like, okay, I'm going to end up tying it all together.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be interesting.
Absolutely.
Stanky Love.
No.
That would go in the X-rated section.
No, it wouldn't.
And it sounds like it's just two nasty people that don't bathe.
That's what the title sounds like.
I told y'all the plot.
Two people that don't bathe getting together.
Yeah, that don't even sound good, Marcy.
No, hear me. They don't have means, so they find each other and they grow together. Okay, and in the midst of growing, they do have stanky love. Okay, so I think man, I'm gonna make a movie.
Oh.
Look, if you don't have a means to bathe, don't have sex.
Oh,
why not? That's two people. Both of them don't have means.
Don't do it.
Yeah, no, Greg.
That's muskrat love. Okay, for real. Y'all ain't understand. Y'all ain't understand. But that's okay.
I don't understand. I'm trying to.
I don't want to.
I leave it to the professionals. So again, I was talking with Natalie Murphy. She is it 4-time winner or 3-time?
3-time.
3-time winner of the Distinguished Author Guild Literary Awards. She's a bona fide winner. Okay, so she's a bona fide author. She got books, plenty of books. How many books have you written?
I just finished book number 7, and I'm working on book number 8.
So that's just all you do is just sit up and write.
You know what? Yes, I am actually blessed that I can do that. I don't have to work a 9 to 5. So yeah, I can sit down and write all day if that's what I choose to do. And that's what I choose to do.
In sunny over there.
Yes, in sunny Arizona.
That's what's up. And BG says the title of Greg's book would be The Funky Connection.
That's better.
That's better, right?
That's better.
Thank you.
That does sound better.
Thank you, love. Thank you, BG.
That does.
Thank you, BG.
You know what? And the next time, Natalie, you come on here, I'm gonna have a book cover. You're gonna see the book cover. It's gonna be called Stanky Love.
Okay, let me know what day that is. I don't know that I want to be on here.
I'm gonna make sure I don't eat first.
It's not a salacious book. It's going to be nice. It's love. You find love.
It's gonna be a stinky book.
Yeah, well, scratch and sniff.
Oh,
Wait, all three of us.
no, you did not say scratch and sniff, Greg.
Wait, the three of us, we all three of us.
No. Now, if you come up with a scratch and sniff that smells like punani,
And Badusi.
Dirty punani.
I'm gonna ask you where you got that from and keep it away from me.
And I want to know your inspiration.
They said Erykah Badu. Oh, they said Erykah Badu had a perfume out, and that was, and I was like, oh.
I think everybody should do that for their
that will not be on the romance shelf.
And you
that hopefully won't be in no.
Yeah,
I think that'll be a lane by itself.
Oh wait.
So Natalie,
Gina, that one I will not be reading. Okay, so we know that in it. I will not review that one.
3 times. What was the third book?
The third book is Love Beyond the Waves, and that is actually Love Beyond the Waves. It happens on a cruise ship. Yes, I wanted to write a story about on a cruise ship, and this is actually the third book in the Then Came You series. The Then Came You series is 4 parts, but each book can be read as a standalone. So this book is about Chris. She's a photographer, and she decides that she wants to do something other than the whole hum life she's been living. So she decides life as a photographer on a cruise ship. And she's young and naive. When she gets on the ship, the first person she meets is Bradley, who is the hot bartender that everybody is looking for. He's Bahamian, and he's got green eyes and a Bahamian accent. And she falls for him, and she goes through life on finds out what it's like to live on a cruise ship. She encounters again ex-girlfriends, and the biggest thing for her though was a part of her past that she didn't talk about boards the ship, and she has to learn how to deal with that part of her past. And Bradley and her cabin mate, who's a klutz, helps her get through that part of her trials. And it's a happily ever after.
Another happily ever after book.
Oh, BG.
That's all I'm ever going to write. I am a happily ever after kind of girl. And it can't be romance if it doesn't have a happily ever after. I don't like cliffhangers, and I don't like books that just leave you just blah and not happy. We got enough not happy stuff happening in the world. Yeah. So that's the whole point of my book, just to take you away, give you a happy, good feel.
So how do you pick I said where, when, high. Where do you pick the names of these characters? I mean, what makes you come up with the names of these characters?
Literally, I just say, okay, I'm going to look up men that start with the letter J, or women that start with the letter S. And I just kind of scroll, because I really don't, there's never been a name where I just felt like, let me write a character with that name. So it's almost just like throwing a dart at a board. Just pick a name and see if it flows with the character. Now, one of the characters I'm writing now, I've changed the name 3 times because it's just not flowing for me.
Don't fit.
No.
Okay.
You Chauncey.
Oh no. No, sir.
She said, oh no.
What's wrong with Chauncey?
Listen how you say it. You chew it all up. That's not cute.
Chauncey.
That's not cool.
Okay, how about Ralph?
Oh.
No. My characters this is contemporary. This is not older people. Ralph is an older person's name.
What about Sterling? What about Sterling?
Yeah,
I like Sterling.
Sterling. You like Sterling, but you like Sterling, but you don't like Chauncey?
Chauncey.
You said it all from the back of your throat.
Back of his throat, not his throat. His throat.
But that's good. I mean, and it seems like you have fun writing these. Okay, when you're sitting at the award show, the Distinguished Authors Guild Literary Award Show, and your category comes up, are you fidgeting? Are you crossing your fingers? Are you moving? Are you pushing shoes to the left or the right? I mean, what are you doing?
I'm sitting still. I'm concentrating on sitting still, but my head, oh my God, it's just stuff just shooting all over the place. I am totally exploding in my head. Yeah, that's very unnerving at that point.
You would think though, you would think after the 2 times you're sitting there like, okay, just say my name so I can come up and get my award, right?
No, I'm a basket of nerves.
So when you hear your name, what are you kind of like shocked at first, or is it like, wait, did they just call my name?
It's a couple of emotions going on. One is like I'm ecstatic. They call my name, and I'm going yes, and then I'm going, whew, now I can breathe, because that's that waiting to exhale moment, I guess, because you don't realize you're holding that breath until they call your name. And then the other thing I'm thinking of is, okay, get up, walk across the floor without falling. Don't fall in these heels. Don't fall in these heels.
See, now that would be me. And I would probably fall flat on my face.
Yeah, and my dress was so long last year, and I had to hold it every step I took. I had to hold it and concentrate.
Oh,
I'll tell you.
Moby.
So Natalie, here's the thing. So again, I'm not gonna write no romance novel and go to the Distinguished Author Guild's Literary Award because I know you're gonna win. All right, but if I'm in the audience,
especially if it's stinky love.
But Gina, if I'm in the audience and I'm sitting here just like she just said, I'm holding my breath and this and that, and the winner is Natalie R. Murphy, I'm gonna be like this.
You know what? It's a different feeling. It's a different feeling. Everyone is happy for everyone.
It is. I love the I'm gonna say DAG family because everybody is so encouraging, and it's like it's just such a great thing to be there, to even make it that far, because a lot of people don't make it that far.
And one of those
to make it that far, it's just awesome. And like I said, everybody is so encouraging and so much fun to be around. And this year I expected to be like last year because that was the gauge that I had. But it was so different this year, because where I saw some of the same faces, I saw some new faces and met some new people. And me and Annette, if we were in school, we would have been in trouble. Me and Annette, we were having a blast.
You guys really clicked. I mean, and that's the way it is. It's such a loving community, supportive community that that's what I'm very proud of. The fact that it's building a community of literary geniuses, and everybody connect and they help each other. And if they can support and open other doors, or, I'm here, you want to be here, come on, let me help you get here. That's the whole feel of it. And that was the purpose. So I feel good that DAG is actually doing what I set out for it to do.
And you know what? That is so good, because in our community, a lot of times we don't support each other.
Right.
And that is, I love hearing that's what everyone is doing. It's not about, just my book or just what I'm doing. And I'm not going to share my little nuggets with this person. Everyone wants everyone to win. And that's how all communities and things should be. I love it.
Absolutely.
I brought up the fact of somebody, another, as y'all call them, DAG family member in the audience. I have on here someone that was actually very, very angry that they did not win in your category, and they would like to talk about it. Can I bring them on?
Okay.
Can I bring them on?
Yes.
Go for it.
All right, hold on.
Lord.
I thought everybody was cool.
Greg had that look on his face.
Little boy, like, yeah. I should have won that one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I like to thank everybody in this. Yeah. Thank me. No, I ain't got nobody on. I'm playing.
I know you don't.
I was waiting to see this one. This is gonna be.
I don't have anybody on there. That's a good thing. Okay. But I just, what if you did all of that and you didn't win?
You have to take the good with the bad. You're not always going to be a winner. So, and now I say that, of course, as a 3-time winner, but the minute I lose, I don't have feelings about it. But you still have to be excited about what you do. I love doing this. If I never got another award, I will continue doing this.
And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, they're all winners.
Yes, I agree, Marcy.
They were all able to finish their books. How many books are on the shelf? Pieces of books,
right,
of people for years. And we've heard some of our authors say that they started writing a book and it's been several years before they decided to finish. So just that they got to the finish line.
Got to the finish line and were acknowledged.
Yes.
Right.
That makes
and that's the feedback. A lot of the nominees, even though they didn't get to the award winning, they didn't win an award, they all say, I just feel grateful I got this far. I feel grateful out of all of the books that were submitted.
Yes.
Mine was nominated.
Y'all better be glad I didn't write a book. And if I had wrote a book and I didn't win, I'd have been like, hold up. I'd have been Eddie Kane up in that joint, man. Y'all just trying to beat.
Well, you know what? Thank goodness we haven't had that happen.
Right. It's been
but
a great
you know what? There's so much given to even the nominees moving up to the award show that they appreciate everything that they've gotten, you know, as a nominee.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've been on several podcasts. They've been on the BHC Media Group. They were given professional headshots. It's just so much. You know, they did their what was it, 10 or 15-minute interview that'll run on the Media Group for a whole year. You know, they're just really grateful and thankful for all the things that they've received throughout the whole process.
Right, because Dag introduced all of these things to me. A lot of my journey is all because of Dag. So you may, even if, like I said, even if I don't win an award, the exposure that I've gotten, the networking I've done, the friendships I made, the things that I've learned from other authors, it's all worth it.
Mm-hmm. And we had a good time at the virtual book fair. They had the virtual book fair, and then they sold a lot of books that night. They sold a whole lot of books that night. So it's so much that goes along with it, that goes far beyond getting the award. Of course, that's great, and you know, it's something that they're able to show. Hey, my book is a great book. It was, you know, chosen out of over 100 books, but there's so much that comes along with it. It's not just award winning and then it's over. We connect with authors and continue to help them even long after the award show. You know, we still have authors from 2020, 2021, 2022 that we still bring on Dope Living. We still invite them to, you know, a lot of the events we have. Or if there's, you know, reach out and say, hey, I need XYZ. We connect them with individuals who can help them. Look at the ones who are writing magazines, full-page magazines now, you know, because there was an editor that said, I need 5 authors to write a full page in my magazine, and boom, now they're writing 4 pages in the magazines. It's just so much, you know, and so many people that want to be a part of Distinguished Authors Guild. That really, you know, helps everything to elevate. When you have individuals that come in and say, hey, you know, let's do this. I can do this, or let me do this, you know, to give the authors exposure. We all try to figure out ways as an author to get exposure. As much as we can get, we need it. And whatever platform we can get on to get it, we want to get there.
And I think that's necessary because people have to, you know, your network is your net worth. And,
was this the first year for the virtual?
2020 was the first year for the virtual.
Oh, okay. So you've had, okay. I love that.
It was the first year for the virtual book fair.
Book fair. That's what I'm talking about. The virtual.
Oh yes, this was the first virtual book fair. Yes.
Yeah, I love that
And
concept.
actually, this was the first year with the media kit. The media kit included a lot of a lot of things, a lot of exposure, and this was brought on by Dr. Carolyn Stevens. This is something that she posed to me, and I thought it was a very great idea, and she did a wonderful job with it. Wonderful job. She is a godsend. I've had plenty of people to come to me and say, I would like to be a part, but it was to benefit them and not to benefit the authors.
Yeah.
And if it's not going to benefit the authors, I don't want to deal with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, she all right.
Everybody all right.
Right.
Yeah, they not me. Again, man, we've been talking with Natalie Murphy. She is a 3-time. I'm gonna call it. She's a 4-time. She will be a 4-time.
So we need a Natalie R. Murphy award as well.
Oh, wow.
To put her off to the side so the other romance novelists.
I'm gonna tell you though, one of the things that Natalie has done, and I think was a great idea, is she does the workshops. And I really feel like you should do a workshop that specifically targets romance authors. If you want to write you've done it 3 times a winner. That means that you know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing, right?
And so if I'm an author who wants to go into romance writing, I want to look for someone like her. Someone who has this experience, someone who's consistently winning. I want to sit down and talk with you so that I can be just as good or greater.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love doing the workshops. Matter of fact, one of the attendees for my last workshop called me today because she was stuck in a particular place, and I helped her through that. So I love doing the workshops. I have no problems with that at all.
Okay, great. So remember that, Gina, for the 2024 Distinguished Author Guild award. Right? And I think it's a great thing that you guys are really getting recognized for your work. Each and every year, the Distinguished Author Guild gets bigger and bigger. The platform is much more visible than it was in its inception. And so, shout out to you, Gina, for doing what you've done.
Thank
and
you.
Continuously lifting up these authors, okay? Because a lot of these authors would not be, and I'm saying this is my view, would not be attaining to the heights that they're attaining to if it hadn't been for your platform. So
thank you. Well, we can't leave without saying thank you to my brother Greg, because he has been there. He is no. He has been, and yeah, 2023 there were a lot of personal things happening with us all. All of the Dope Living family, but he's always been there. He's always been there, and he's done a wonderful job with the production. It's not I'm gonna tell you, in 2020, I thought that was an easy task, and it is not an easy task to produce and edit this show. And I didn't realize it until 2020, when I saw him sweating and staying up 24 hours and not going to bed and trying to get this together. So it gave me a new light, and I'm gonna tell you, I appreciate him, and I thank him for all the hard work he has put in.
I take that. I take that. It's not. And honestly, it's not about any accolades or this and that. This is a labor of love. Okay, we want to make sure that everybody, and this is what we do with this platform too. We've had many faces on this platform, and we want everybody to do whatever they have to do. Get it out. If this platform can be a springboard for anyone, do your thing. All right. We have no problem with it. Go out, do your thing, be great. All right. And we just want to make sure that we support each and every person that comes on this show, as we support you, Natalie. And we thank you for coming on the show and hanging out with us. All right.
Absolutely.
You want to say something real quick?
Yes. Do what's in your heart. whether it's writing, whether it's singing, whether it's dancing, whatever it is that's in your heart that you feel you want to put out into the world, do it. Just don't let anybody stop you. Just go for it.
Oh, yes. Great advice.
An award-winning author. She's done it. So she knows what she's doing. Right? That's undeniable. Marcy?
Yes. Anyone that would like to send your books in, please, please, please check for grammar. Check for misspellings. I am one of the book reviewers. I have read, even though I'm told if you start seeing errors in the book, toss it pretty much. Don't continue to read it because that is not an award-winning book. But because I love to read, I continue to read the entire book. And I can't tell you how many times I've read great books, but because of the misspellings, the grammar, and other errors in there, we cannot nominate it for an award-winning book. So make sure there are no misspellings, there's no grammar, there are no errors in your book.
Gina?
You know, a lot of times the people behind the scenes don't get the accolades. I have to give accolades to my brother Mo B, because many people don't even know those videos that we use at the award show. It's all him. And he spends a lot of time. I'm telling you, he makes sure that it's done and it's done properly. And when I say, Mo, I need the videos, he jumped right in there. And I think we were at last minute with that one, even with that, because he didn't get done until Tuesday morning, the day of the show. Wow. But he made sure that it was done, and it was done to perfection. So thank you, Mo. My Dope Living TV family, they're always supportive. Marcy's a reader. You know, I want to thank my girl Nikki. She's a reader. She did a lot of the flyers. I want to thank Pastor Murphy, because he stepped in and he brought his God-touched voice to, come out and MC for me. I didn't ask him. God sent him up to me to ask him.
Amen.
I didn't ask him.
Awesome.
And so I appreciate him. I appreciate, Mr. Joseph George. Oh my gosh. He gets everybody out they see.
Man.
Our new R&B singer this year was R.A. Scripted, Raw Scripted. I'm sorry, Raw Unscripted. I want to thank him because he did an awesome job, and he just wanted to be a part of the Distinguished Authors Guild. And there you go.
Cool.
What's up, man? Shout out to everybody that's trying to do their thing, all right? And I mentioned people, you mentioned everybody. You left off life coach Jeff Relaford, all right? He's out there doing his thing, okay?
My coach.
Shout out to life coach doing his thing. You guys support him and you check him out, okay? And Natalie, it's I have fun with you every time I see you. So this is no different, all right? You already know this platform is your platform. You come on here, we got you, all right?
Thank you.
Most definitely. This is Dope Living TV Live, man. Stanky Love is coming out real soon.
No.
Y'all can't use my nose.
If you can use Stanky Love, you can use your nose.
Okay, well, I won't write the book now. I'm gonna do the Stanky Love movie, okay?
Okay.
There it is. You can write the script for me. Stanky Love.
No. You will not take my reputation with Stanky Love.
You better understand, everything I touch turn to gold, girl. You better take this. Come on, it might be some stanky gold, okay, but you better tell you.
And a scratch and sniff. Ooh, Lord, that's just bad.
That's the clothing line. Stanky Love clothes. Anyway, look at that. All right, let's go to the TV Live, man. We got more. Close it out. Well, it's not closing it out. We got some Monday too, but tomorrow we got some winners coming on. I forgot to run the
That's okay. We'll run it tomorrow.
Definitely gonna run it tomorrow, all right? A couple of times just to make up for it. Natalie, thank you for coming to the show and hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
Right?
Thanks for having me
We
again.
always love having you on that.
Thank you
Always.
so much. I love being here.
No doubt, no doubt. It's Dope Living TV Live. We'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Peace.
Adios.